channel. Sorry, it's been a while and I haven't done a video in ages. Basically decided to do one because so many people are commenting on the laptop video and basically I have loads of questions about it. So I'm going to answer all of your questions, or try to. If I don't, please comment them on this video and I will reply. I'll go through everything so far and just review this laptop and tell you guys how it's been. So apparently it's recently come out in India and there's so many questions, so I can't answer all of them because I only use it for certain things. And like, someone asked if you can use it for coding. I have no idea. I've never even looked at coding, and I've never even... Mark can deal with that stuff, but I have no idea, and he's never used one of these laptops for coding. You normally use a computer rather than a laptop for that kind of stuff. So I just don't know. So far, I've not had any issues with it. My biggest thing is, which people have also commented and asked, is basically it gets to a point when there's so many tabs open and it just tends to just go a little bit slow, but it depends what you're doing. And I'm used to, on my old laptop, on my old Chromebook, I used to open up loads of tabs really quickly from like there being nothing, and it would, within a minute, it would all be functioning and fine. But I feel like that laptop was just really good. And obviously now, as things are being, made more recently, they tend to be made not very well in general. Like, specs are going down, and they're kind of made to, in a bit of a throwaway society, they're made to not last, basically, so that you buy more. With this laptop, for saying how cheap it was to an extent in comparison to other laptops, because mine was cheaper than this when I got my other one, it's still a really good laptop, but it just has that slight lagging time. So, for instance, when I used to turn my old laptop on, I've got it here, I used to press that on button, or even lift the lid and it'd come on, and it would be on in a few seconds. Now, this that took about 20 seconds to boot up then. Again, that's not that bad, but one of the biggest things with the old Chromebook was that it was faster than like every other laptop to open up. And this one is fast, but not that fast. But it's still fast. It kind of depends on what you're used to or your preference and stuff. Like, I'm comparing it to my old one. So say if I've got good Wi-Fi signal and I'm at home. So right now it's coming up with a document I already had up on there, and it's taken a while. Now, a lot of my documents are we're looking at on average like 50 pages long. So it takes it a while to build up all the pages back up again and reload them. So right now it's still taking a while to load up. But if you don't do anything with the laptop, it does load up relatively fast. So that was about 10 seconds for that to load up. The lag time starts to happen if I've got like 10 tabs open and they're all internet browsing, and I'm kind of hopping between each one and going, what's this, and then going another one and clicking on that link and that kind of thing. I think because I ask it to do so much, it just has a bit of a lag on it and takes a second. They never crash. It's never crashed. Google Chromebooks don't crash. It's just a really good laptop. I haven't had any issues with it. And it isn't touchscreen. There is a version you can get that's touchscreen, but it's like, it literally just says with touchscreen. There is no difference to it. It can still do this, which has been really good, because I'm there going, oh my god, what if I like push it back too far? And obviously then it doesn't matter, so that's nice. And that's my biggest thing for that. It's really thin. I've been taking it on the train quite a lot to do uni work and stuff, and it's just super lightweight. Like, obviously it's still kind of heavy because it's still a laptop, but it's so thin as well. That was the best thing. So I use this case, which is like a polypropylene, like a bit like that wetsuit kind of material, from my old laptop. So it's actually smaller. The edging and stuff here, there's just less plastic. So the whole thing's the screen isn't any smaller, but there's just less plastic and surrounding, so it's smaller in the laptop case, but it's kind of nice. And because it's so thin, I don't know, I just feel like it's not going to break, like it's not, there isn't anything to go wrong. This bit's nice as well, because on my last one here, the plastic came around the back and stuff got in there, and it would get really dirty, but that doesn't have that problem. There's still auto updates, but they're ending soon. I just haven't had any major problems with it. I'm trying to think of the other questions someone asked. Let me go on here and have a look. The charge is still good. There isn't a HDMI port, to reiterate that from the first one. Mark did get me a HDMI port from a USB, I think it was normal USB or a USB-C, I think, to HDMI, which also had some other USB ports in, and it works. So that's good. Just in case anyone's interested, you can use that then to connect to the computer or TV and to watch stuff. I think it's a bit annoying that it doesn't have it, but I think because the laptop's so thin as well, it wouldn't fit. I'm not sure how I feel about it though yet. It's got USB port either side, the USB-C, so you can charge from either side, which is really handy as well. Someone asked about hard drives as well, and can you use hard drives? You can use USB like hard drives if that's the port on them, because I think that's the only hard drives anyone ever uses anymore anyway. There is a micro SD card slot, but if you wanted to use a normal SD card slot, you have to get another like port thingy. Professional, aren't I? A lot of people have asked about battery life as well, and like an honest battery life thing. I'm just like browsing now. I'll keep it here so you guys can see it. It got really good battery life to an extent. I feel, again, it completely depends on what you're doing. My old one, when I used to shut the lid, it wouldn't turn off, but it would conserve battery. Like it just wouldn't suddenly kind of shut down. Whereas this one, if you shut the lid, it will run and use as much battery as it would if it was open. So if you're not going to use it, turn it off. And if you do turn it off, then it does save the battery really well. So I'm on full at the minute. It's also got like lightning charge, and I think because it's a USB-C, which is helpful, so it takes like a maximum of an hour, I think, for it to be fully charged. It's full now. It says there's 7 hours and 7 minutes left. If I use this now for a solid, 7 hours, it would last 7 hours. If I keep turning it on and off, obviously it will last as long, but it will hold that battery, just you've got to turn it off when you don't want to use it. Watching videos, I haven't really done on this. Sorry by the way, it's really hot. Here in the UK at the minute, it's absolutely boiling. It's like, I don't know, it's like 26 now, and it's just, I'm dying, and it's like 11:15. It's just disgusting. Okay, well that's a bit weird. It's now saying 100% 11 hours and 18 minutes left, so I don't know. I think, in all honesty, I think the advert says it's got like 9 hours charge. It doesn't. I wouldn't say so. I don't get where the 11:18 is coming from. But I think with anything, if you watch loads of videos on it, it will probably last about 5 hours, I'd say. Most things that will happen too if you're watching videos on them, because videos just drain all elements of everything. Apart from that, like, I can connect my Huawei to it, which is amazing, so I can get all my texts and stuff come through, which is nice, and all the like screen capture is really easy. They've now got a thing for you, I think it's Control Shift and then this button, I don't know if you can see it here, which is, it's like a screen, like a rectangle with some lines next to it, is like a screenshot one. If you press it on its own, it will take a screenshot. If you press Control that one or Control Shift and that one, it will come up, and then you can selectively choose which bit of the screen you want to screenshot, which is kind of nice because it means you have to do it afterwards. Full screen button as well. There's general arrow buttons and a refresh button and brightness and stuff. I haven't had any, there aren't any issues with it. I don't know if you can use it for coding. I use it for writing documents on Google Docs, and I use it for Excel as well, which is brilliant because I've recently discovered all the different functions you can use. You can get apps. Someone asked if you can get Pinterest. Your standard apps. Now, I used to download all the apps and then just never ended up using them. I'd end up just Googling them because the whole thing's internet, isn't it? So this is the home page. I don't know if anyone's not had a Chromebook before. So, look, I could do that. If you can see it, it's the circle in the bottom, or there's normally, I think if I click, if you just swipe on the keypad, you can swipe this up, but it comes up with this menu. Yeah, so if you go down to the bottom of the screen with your mouse and then scroll up, it will come up with the menu, and you can scroll up again, and then I also use Google Play Movies, and I've downloaded loads of movies on there. You can buy them, and sometimes you get really cheap ones. But it's kind of nice because they're all then downloaded onto your laptop and you can watch them anywhere. So it's kind of like Netflix, but it's kind of like you've permanently bought them and they're on your laptop, which is just nice. They're in the laptop, not through Netflix or anything like that. I think I downloaded all the Word apps as the Microsoft package apps. They're okay, they're not great, but they're there if you want them. Download Adobe and the PDF thing. There's Adobe Lightroom. And someone asked about video calling. I don't know if I've used Zoom on it. I might have, but I do use the Microsoft Teams, and that's all good. My camera quality is good as well. It's better than my old one, which is nice. It's just a lot clearer, like I don't look so pixelated and rubbish. This laptop is HD, so you can watch it in actual HD. So at first, because you can't have docs and stuff on your main screen, I at first was like, this is really weird, that's just not okay. But at the same time, I love how it's not there to stress you out, if that makes sense. You've got a really nice clear background. You can choose a really nice image, which is just makes you happy. The buttons on the front here, all along the top, you don't have F1, F2 and stuff. You don't have any of that. You have all the buttons with the arrows and refresh and stuff along you. It's really basic. Like, you look at the button and you'll know what that means. You can enable dictation, which I find really easy for doing essays and stuff. It's really easy to use to type whatever you want, and you can just save it all and then obviously edit it. It just saves a lot of time. You can connect your phone using Bluetooth and get all your calls and stuff through there. With Google Chromebooks, you don't have to get any sort of viral protection or anything like that, because it's all built in with that kind of software. And that's the biggest thing, because loads of people aren't very good at... People who aren't experienced with computers aren't very good at understanding when stuff's coming in. With Google, in any sense, with Huawei as well, if you go on a page that might just slightly be bad, it will already block it for you and say you can't go on. That's not to say don't just go on stuff where you can easily get spam and viruses and things, but with other laptops you probably have to buy the extra software, but you don't on this. For anyone who just wants to browse, it's perfect. If you want to watch videos and stuff, again, perfect. You can download all your app. You can convert a Google Doc to a Word doc at the end of using it, so it's in that format, and you can check how it looks ready to send off, because I had to do that for my assignments and things. And you can download it as PDF and all that kind of stuff. It's very flexible. Speakers aren't amazing, but it's a laptop and it's still fine to watch videos on and stuff. It's better if you have it on a hard surface, because the speakers are underneath it, gives a good echo. Sorry if I can't answer them, because there are just some things that I don't use the laptop for and haven't tried yet. But I will try and find out for you. If I say I can't, then you can always Google it. With Google, like, I get it with iPad and stuff, because you can decorate, you can change the app icons and stuff. With this, you can't really do anything like that. Externally, I don't want to stick stuff on my laptop, because I kind of like it as it is, and I don't want to start. If I found a really nice cover for it, I would, but I'm not right now. I have other things to deal with, and when you go on the main screen and stuff, you can't change anything like that with Google. The other thing is, which I found out, laptop charger for Apple laptops, MacBooks, I don't know, AirPods. Clearly you can tell I don't do Apple. The same charger fits these, which is really handy. If anyone has any questions, please comment and let me know, and I will try and answer them all. Please please comment, let me know what you think. Let me know if you do buy this laptop, and let me know if you like it. And thank you for all the views on the other laptop video. I'm really surprised that it's had that many views. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you soon for my next video.
Ever since the day that you went away.